Hi, this is Ron Reich, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the oxytocin economy for you. This is probably the most important concept that you need to understand if you really want to have a sustainable, successful coaching business in 2026 and beyond. If you're looking to really make your business really invincible in the age of AI, then I promise there's really nothing I can tell you that any coach can tell you that's more important than this concept. So let's break it down. So you might be aware that we are currently in what experts are calling the attention economy. So remember that, the attention economy. And really the whole idea of the attention economy is that, and this has really been going on for really ever since Facebook started selling advertising, which I think was like around the year, I think 2008, 2009. Basically, the whole idea of the attention economy is that people's attention started getting monetized by these big tech companies, primarily Facebook, but you could also put Twitter, of course, Instagram, owned by Facebook, in there as well, TikTok, all the apps. The whole joke there that people that write about the attention economy is that you are the product, meaning that your attention, that time you're spending on the app, that actually is the product, because advertisers are paying money to monetize that attention. That's why it is called the attention economy. And the whole idea of the attention economy really has coincided with, oops, that was embarrassing, with the, I'm going to just let it go on that, with this idea of the trust recession, and this idea of, what are people calling it now, the trust apocalypse. Essentially, as these like tech companies and technology has really kind of like gotten its teeth into everybody's attention, and as they're becoming more prevalent, there's been a lack of trust. Trust has been, it's slowly been descending. It's been getting worse and worse, the amount of trust people have. And when you think about this, like when it comes to like politics, the whole idea of fake news, right? Like fake news wasn't really a thing in the way it is now. It wasn't really a thing 10, 20 years ago. Let's say 20, 30 years ago. When people watch the news, they, even if they knew there was some filtering involved, they didn't think that what they were saying, what they were watching, was totally like not real, right? So again, this has been going on for really the past decades. This idea of trust going lower and lower, which is coincided with the rise of the attention economy. So that's been happening. That already was in progress. That was kind of like this thing that was in progress. But then that really got accelerated even more with the advent of AI. Like when ChatGPT came out at I think it was the end of 2022, that really changed the game. And that, you're watching this. You know how impactful AI has been. AI has essentially accelerated everything that's going on kind of in the world generally, but definitely let's just get my hair fixed here. Especially what's going on the internet. And one thing that it has accelerated is this lack of trust. So people are more skeptical than ever before. They were already skeptical, but they've become even more and more skeptical. And the thing that AI has done, in addition to making people more skeptical, because now people, as you know, right, you look at a photo, you look at a thumbnail on YouTube, and you're not sure if that's a real photo or if that's AI, right? Sometimes you see people talking. I promise, I'm a real person. You saw me drop a book earlier. But you see people wondering, like, oh, is what I'm really, is that real? So this whole idea of lack of trust has been accelerating. The other thing that has accelerated is this kind of AI sameness that's been going on. Like, there's a lot of marketing really looks the same. A lot of the, for example, thumbnails on YouTube look the same. And these days it's really interesting. I come from a copywriting background, and a year or 2 years ago, the AI copy was not very good. There's like the whole ChatGPT voice, which is not very good, and it's like AI slop. That's a word. So the copy was not very good. However, these days, AI copy is a lot better. A lot of the work product, even ChatGPT, a lot of people are using Claude these days, is really good. But it's almost like too good. It kind of reminds me of when you see like something artificial, like a very beautiful person who's so beautiful with perfect symmetry, perfect ratios, that it's fake, that's plastic, that almost is plastic. That's what a lot of copy is looking like. Even though it is technically very good copy, there's just something like off there. Now these days, I can kind of tell. Even I'm looking at copy, I'm like, oh, the robots definitely wrote this. So again, things that are going on here is trust is at an all-time low. There's also this whole idea of AI sameness that's happening, and all these things are going to continue to accelerate. But what this does, it does open up a huge opportunity for genuine human connection, because the only thing that AI can't do, that can never do, is of course what? Is be human. The only thing AI cannot do is be human. So, the ultimate competitive advantage that we have as coaches, as business people, is the fact that we are human. And the more we can show our humanness to the world, and the more that we can connect with other people, have them connect with us, and if we're able to do that on like at scale, that's the thing that's really going to make us invincible in the age of AI. And I call this the Oxytocin Economy, in contrast to the attention economy, because most of the marketing that's going on in the attention economy, it's really focused on dopamine. It's very dopamine based. It's really based on quick hits, getting people's attention. Even the stuff that's designed to make you upset, that is very, very dopamine based. And in contrast that with oxytocin marketing, oxytocin marketing is all about connection. If you're not familiar with oxytocin, it's a neurotransmitter that gets released when people feel feelings like love, connection, trust, which of course those are the feelings that we want people to experience when they're engaging with our content and our marketing. I like the analogy I like to use when it comes to this is like the difference between a Twinkie on one hand and like a home cooked meal on the other hand. So, for example, a Twinkie is very dopamine based, right? It's the ultimate quick hit, right? A Twinkie is literally designed to make you want to eat another Twinkie, but how do you feel after you're done eating a Twinkie? You feel kind of empty, right? On the other hand, if you have a home cooked meal, you feel, hopefully, if it's good, you feel satiated. And if you're having that meal with other people, you're feeling connected to them. That's what we want our marketing to be like. So that's what I encourage you to do in your marketing. And I find that the best way to do that, so one of the ways to do that is, of course, with like long form content, like I'm doing right here. Like the more you can show long form content where you could show that you're being real, when you can show that you're really connecting with people, the more you can tell stories, really get people connected to you on a heart level, that's going to be really, really valuable. The other thing, if we're really looking to really grow our business, to really, really scale our businesses, then the thing I recommend there is create what I call a magnetic launch experience, which this is essentially a human connection container, which where you set it up, where it's this environment where oxytocin gets raised, where people can really connect with one another, where they can learn something from you, and they can be transformed, and the right people can invest in your next step, in your higher end programs and services. In a video in the future, I'll be breaking down the entire magnetic launch experience. But for now, I just want you to be thinking about how can you bring people together. Virtually, doing it virtually is easier because you don't have to book a hotel room or book a space or whatnot. How can you get people together where you're able to get them to connect with one another, and you're able to get them to teach them something? That's going to be a much more powerful marketing mechanism than a lot of the other stuff people are doing online. That's, again, really dopamine based, like stuff with all the countdown timers and the automated video series and the automated webinar series, or the automated webinars. Those things are going the way of the buffalo. The thing that's going to really allow you to stand out in the future is really doubling down on real human connection. This is by far the most important thing you can do, which is going to make your business, again, invincible in the age of AI. So this is a huge opportunity. I highly, highly encourage you to double down on human connection and creating true oxytocin-rich experiences for your clients and your potential clients. Because human connection, this is actually becoming the most scarce resource. What is more valuable than human connection? I can't think of anything. And it's becoming less and less. And the truth of the matter is, the majority of people, not you, because most likely if you're watching this, you're a high performer, you're already a coach expert, you're probably really into personal development. The majority of people are totally cool with kind of living in the attention economy. They're comfortable having their brains hijacked, with these dopamine loops. Again, it sounds bad, but I'm just telling you the truth. Look around, right? How often do you go outside, go to a grocery store, go to a restaurant, and you see people? Most everybody you see is stuck to their phones. Most likely, when you see somebody stuck to their phones, they're in a friggin' dopamine loop. So, but there are people that are craving that human connection. Most people do crave it. So if you're that, as my friend Jesse Elder says, if you're that, the light, the lighthouse that has that human connection that people are really excited about, that really allows them to become the best version of yourself, that is what it's all about. That's what it means to be a leader of the oxytocin economy. And I promise you, the leaders of the oxytocin economy, they are going to be the winners in the coaching space, both in the very near future, and then 3, 5, 10 years from now. I promise you that. So hopefully that all makes sense. I highly recommend you take what I'm talking about and you really apply it and really lean into human connection, because this is what's going to make you unstoppable. That is what I got for today. This is Ron Reich. I'll talk to you soon.